All right, everyone. Welcome to the Herbalist Lounge July. And our topic of the month is none other than, what do you think? With all this heat lately, cooling herbs. So thank you for tuning in. I'm excited about sharing our experiences with different ways in which we can help cool off this heat. If you are new, please, we ask that you mute your mic when you are not speaking, and that's simply to eliminate background noise. But by all means, feel free to unmute yourself and speak at any time you want to contribute or add. We would love to hear from you, and you also can contribute in the chat. Okay. As far as discussion length, we'll see how the vibe rolls. We're going to go with the flow today and see how things go, like the water element. Okay. All right. And your facilitators for this evening are myself, Martina. I also have my spice sister on the line.
Lanita, I'm here
Hey.
with y'all tonight.
And I don't know if you see the picture, but there's two bees. So that's Martina and Lanita in Asia is off in the ethers right now, traveling. So she definitely sends all of her herbal love, and you already know her spirit is here with us with the three spice always. So we're gonna hold it down tonight for her for sure. All right. Now, before we get started, I definitely want to talk about some cooling herbs. And I know it's about herbs, but please chime in. The heat is real. If there's other ways in which you can suggest or you've experienced in addition to herbs that can help you cool off, let's talk about it tonight, okay? Um, but feel free to share where you're calling in from, where you're representing. I think I have a little bit of an idea looking at the callers. Hey. And what are you feeling? Like what herb are you sipping on? What are you either sipping on right now or what herb have you been vibing with lately um during these warmer this warmer season? I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna start off with Lanita. I want to know what Lanita's sipping on, and I'm gonna allow everyone to go ahead and get joined in and get comfortable.
Well, you see, it's like this. I knew we were talking about cooling herbs tonight, so I really felt like chillaxing and cooling and all of that because it's hot here. So I made a mocktail of sangria, and it's hibiscus, red hibiscus, white hibiscus. Put a little bit of cinnamon, some ginger, some lemon in there, and some spearmint, fresh spearmint out of the garden. So, I saw somebody in a chat saying, "Oh, the people in England, they're dying. These old ladies are dying." I'm like, they ain't drinking the right stuff. Y'all got to stay hydrated, keep your vitamin C. And I'm here in Texas. It is very hot, but it keeps raining. So it's very hot and humid. So it's very miserable. So you need a cool drink to be sipping on.
Y'all heard her. Go ahead and get that cool drink. If you hot, you ain't sipping on the right thing. That sounds delicious. Feel free to let us know what y'all sipping on. What are some other herbs that you guys are resonating with? Peace and welcome, Sahat. Peace, Clarissa, Angelita. What y'all sipping on? What y'all feeling? Where y'all tuning in from? I'll go ahead and let you know where, not where, well, I'm tuning in from Florida, the peninsula known as Florida. Here I am. Big up the gopher tortoises and the longleaf pine. But I am currently sipping on a cooling blend. Just like Lanita, I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put something together. And my main herb is none other than hibiscus. Yes, I got some hibiscus going in there. And I went ahead and put in, I got to think about this. I put lemon balm to cool off those nerves, right? I also added some marshmallow root to add a little bit of moisture, and the final the final ingredient was or is red clover. That's what it is. Yeah. So that's my blend. And it tastes delicious. It's a nice synergistic blend. And it is actually really cooling me off right now. In addition to a little bit of tea tree oil and some oil I just put on my body, and it's keeping me really cool. My skin feels cool and refreshed. And the only reason I did it was because there were mosquitoes around here and I needed the mosquitoes to stay away. But it's making my skin feel very minty like. So I'm feeling fresh and clean and keeping it cool over here. What y'all sipping on? Where you coming in? Where you calling in from? Let us know.
Hey everybody, it's Clarissa calling in from Covington, Georgia. And I've been sipping on a lot lately green tea. I know it's summertime, but I've been drinking it hot green tea for those antioxidants about 3 to 5 times a day. But just recently, Cube made a big batch of hibiscus with cinnamon and ginger, and he put a little orange peel in there and honey, and it's so good. I was like, hold on. It's a competition now because I always been the best at making that, but I think he done bypassed me. But it's really good.
That's the sangria.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yes, the
Q
herbal
bypassing you.
sangria.
Shout out to Q. Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that. Hey, we all sipping on that sangria, that sangria mocktail. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Um,
So I got some hibiscus going too. Some hibiscus, some ginger, and lavender tea. Clarissa said something about it's hot and I'm drinking hot stuff, but actually that's really smart because when you drink hot, then your body is going to perspire more just to cool itself off, and it's cooling you by drinking that hot liquid. So that is very smart in this heat.
That's true. That's true. Definitely so. It makes me think of those herbs that make you sweat, and then all of a sudden you start sweating and you get the chills and you cold, right? I love that. So look at you, Clarissa. You over there drinking the hot stuff, but staying cool at the same time. I love it. I love
Yeah, it's the best of both worlds. Thank you, Lanita. Thanks, Martina, for the gems.
it. And then Angelita says plain old water over here in hot Florida. I love watermelon juice though. Come on now, watermelon. It's definitely the season for watermelon and all those juicy oranges and apples, but you can't go wrong with watermelons, our seeded watermelons, right? And yeah, gotta stay hydrated. Water is the foundation. Staying hydrated with good old water. Absolutely.
And people sleep on watermelon. That there was a time, and I'm not a real big fan of watermelon anyway, but I wouldn't eat it just because it was considered like a Sambo food. And eating outside with the watermelon spitting seeds and the flies all over you, that'll make you not like it. But in the watermelon's defense, it is actually very good and very hydrating for us. And then, I don't know how many of y'all had the parents that told y'all, don't eat the white meat, don't get down there. Eat all of it. It's all good. And then when you don't want to finish it, you got some chickens, whatever, throw that rind out there to them. That's perfect for them too. Enough people with kids, and I mean, I don't want to get into recipes, but
Yes, we
some
do. Why not? Why don't we want to get into recipes? I mean, that's what we doing, right? We better get into some recipes. Share it.
some watermelon sorbet. I mean, especially if you have kids, that is really good and it's so easy to make. So all you do is you cut the watermelon out of the rind, you cut it up in chunks, and then you put it in, you freeze it. And then once it's frozen, then you take it and you put it in your blender, and it's kind of like a snow cone, a watermelon snow cone. I put a little bit of lemon in there, squeeze some lemon in there. That citrus really kicks that watermelon flavor up. And it is so hydrating and so good and cooling. So, and it costs little of nothing. When you compare it to buying sherbet and ice cream and stuff at the store, you can buy watermelon and you're getting benefit and it's cool.
I love that. I love the fact that everyone just started chiming in on how much they love watermelon. And then you started off with saying you don't like watermelon. And now
Mm-mm.
you're giving us some amazing watermelon recipes. And one thing that I like to do, which is kind of weird, It's not really weird at all. It's very common in a lot of places, but I like to add a little spice to my watermelon. Like even a lot of people put the tahine, but I like to put like cayenne pepper, just a little teeny bit on there, something to spice it up. It really gives you that balance because for some people, when they kind of get a little, because you know, watermelons obviously high in water, it can give them stomach upset because there's pieces of food. Um, and some people's digestive systems don't take it well, it can make them very gassy. So when you mix it with a carminative such as cayenne pepper or a little bit of that tahine, right, Sanjay? You already know that can definitely help balance out and help you digest it a lot better. And yeah, that cayenne is helps you, it makes you salivate, right? Lanita, you're talking about sitting there
Yeah.
spitting out the seeds,
Yep.
but that's it's known as sialagogue, and it increases. We want to increase perspiration, but also when we increase our saliva in our mouths, that helps stimulate our digestion, kickstarting it right from the first touch on the tongue. So that spiciness with the water, it stimulates the digestive system. The water is getting absorbed properly and all that good stuff. So yeah, give me my watermelon, but definitely add a little bit of spice to it for me for sure. And
And
Angelique
if you're doing
says,
it for kids, you can do the smoked paprika.
"Ooh, yeah, that sounds good too."
Similar, but not as quite as hot, you know. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And Angelita says, my mom used to make pickles out of watermelon rind. Also, frozen grapes are awesome. Yes, pickled watermelon rinds. And yeah, frozen grapes. That sounds delicious. Yeah.
I'm
Mm-mm-mm.
down with the frozen pickle juice. That's
Frozen
some
pickles.
good stuff.
Okay.
Frozen pickle juice. That is good.
Okay. Sounds good. And it sounds like it'll be full of a nice electrolytes and stuff. And if you start fermenting them, get a lot of good stuff for your gut. Mm.
And it's also diaphoretic too. It's gonna make you sweat. It's gonna make you urinate. It's gonna get, that extra heat off of you, cooling that body off.
Mm-hmm. Some other diaphoretics, herbs that kind of increase perspiration and help you sweat are elderflower, and elderflower is in season right now. And depending on where you're at, or you may see some of the elderberries coming out, but elderflower is very cooling. You can make elderflower, all kinds of elderflower drinks. To be honest with you, yarrow cinnamon is also diaphoretic. It increases perspiration. One reason that I really love cinnamon too, it's you think of cinnamon, you don't think of it as being a cooling herb, but it's aromatic, and it can be very moistening. So when I think of cooling, I'm also, because like cooling could be drying too. You know how you have that cool drying energy, but then you have like that cool moistening energy, and it's just like different states you go to. You can go out to California, or you go out to the desert out west. It's going to be in the cool and dry in the winter time, but Florida is very humid and moist. So give me that moisture. I need moisture, and everyone's bodies are different. But cinnamon does have a moistening quality about it, and it also is a diaphoretic. So you can add a little pinch to some of your little brews as well. And I'm loving.
And for all of our birth workers,
Mhm.
that cinnamon is actually really good because
Mhm.
what it helps to push the glucose out of the blood and into the cell. So it really helps with those moms that are teetering or that already have gestational diabetes. That cinnamon is really good for them, balancing that sugar level. And also, like Martina says, it's spicy but cooling. So a lot of these herbs have that same kind of, yin and yang to go with them.
Mm, I love that. My mind's going so many places right now. And I just want to welcome everyone that just came in. If you just tuned in, we're sharing what we're sipping on, what herbs we're feeling, what are we doing to stay cool, even if it's not an herb. It can be foods, it can be different things that we can do. Just share it. That's what we're here for. And you know, I started thinking about birth workers, but to back up, Clarissa said Q says you can make watermelon gummies for children. And Lanita, earlier
Mm.
you were talking about popsicles, and when we did our herbal kitchen medicine making workshop, you talked about popsicles and the multiple ways in which you can use it outside of just eating them, right? So
Right, right.
it's definitely herbal popsicle and watermelon gummy season for the children. That sounds amazing. Q, we gonna need you to go ahead and make some of them watermelon gummies for the children or share some type of recipe or something. You feel me? That's
I'm gonna let them know. I'm gonna let them know.
okay. Nice.
I made some watermelon fruit leather, and let me tell you, that is good. And
Do
then
you
and
mind
it's like
sharing the
so cool.
recipe?
The watermelon
The fruit leather recipe because that is
fruit
an
leather.
amazing recipe. Mm-hmm.
It's actually not a recipe. All you got to do is take the watermelon out, and I spread it on a silicone baking sheet, and basically you just dehydrating it, and then it gets rubbery, leathery, and then you can take it with you everywhere you go. You don't have the watermelon mess, but you still have the benefit of the watermelon. Even though you've dried it out, it's still nice and chewy. You get all the flavor. So it is wonderful. And I took pineapples and did the same thing. But let me tell you, it took forever. I put the pineapples in a donut silicone tray, and they came out in like little pineapple rings dried. But it took a long time for those to dry out, but fantastic.
Angelita says I call that fruit jerky. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
See, when it comes to certain people like you, Lanita, you're all about those recipes and getting creative. Every week or every other day, Lanita's sharing a new recipe, and my children love it. I don't tell my children 90% of them just because there's so many. and they and that'll give me a lot of work now, but definitely creative when it comes to making fun stuff with the herbs and whatnot. I love it. We were talking about stuff that makes you sweat and how that helps cool off the body, and also a lot of those diaphoretics are antimicrobial. So if there's, I want to think about I'm thinking about temperament. A lot of times if we're not feeling well or we got a heated temper or we're real irritable, it can be maybe bacterial or we're not feeling well. A lot of times, the elderflower yarrow and things like cinnamon can also help with a cleansing effect and helping you sweat and get rid of toxins out the body to help cool you off. But on the other end of the spectrum, you may not think about it as necessarily cooling, but herbs that are, instead of making you sweat, that are more so astringent and help tone in those tissues and like kind of squeezing out some of that stagnant fluid, which may think of you as kind of drying out, but it can also help you retain moisture. And the first thing I thought about was you, Clarissa. You said that you've been drinking a lot of green tea. I know when I drink green tea by itself, my mouth feels very dry because it's very astringent. So I like to pair it up with maybe like a little bit of honey, something demulcent that kind of gives it more of a moistening quality. But astringents are really good, like you were saying, because it can help tone the tissues, it can help draw out those stagnant fluids and whatnot, and help you retain good moisture. Some other ones outside of that are, raspberry leaf and rose. One of my favorites, rose is amazing. And rose is an astringent, but it also has this quality where it's very softening. So it's like keeping things tight, but it's also very softening and it's aromatic and super high in vitamin C with the and flavonoids with the rose hips. So that can be very supportive overall as well.
I like making combinations, and but I don't like to put a whole lot of stuff. You won't ever find me putting like 10 different ingredients in my tea. But a good one with the topic that you're talking about, Martina, is avocado seed. I said that right, not almond, but avocado seed and hibiscus.
Mm.
Because hibiscus is mucilaginous, and the avocado seed has the tannins in it, and it's astringent, and you can feel it. You feel like it's just drawing your mouth up. You pucker up drinking it. But when you mix it with that hibiscus, you get the best of both worlds. And during this time, a lot of us are a lot more active than we normally are. So you might get those sore muscles or whatever. And the avocado seed helps with, the muscles and keeping them supple so they aren't, tightened up. And then you have the mucilaginous with the hibiscus. And we normally, when we talk about hibiscus, we're drinking the flower. But if any of you all are lucky enough to have the plants around, just go outside and grab some leaves and start chewing on those leaves. They taste like sour apple, and they are really good. They are what they call tamarind nature's candy. I call hibiscus leaves nature's candy, and they're very mucilaginous. So, we need some of that juicy this time of season too.
Mm-hmm. And if
And
you
what's
want to
your
get like
favorite
a
one?
what's that?
Your favorite mucilaginous
My
herb?
favorite? Oh, you all are okay. Let's see. We should make a game out of this. Who in the Herbalist Lounge knows my favorite mucilaginous herb? Anybody? Any guesses? You got 4 seconds. If you don't come, we just gonna go ahead and say it. 1,000 mucilaginous, 1,000. Okay, 4. All right. If you didn't know, it's okra. It's okra, baby. Okay. Okay, Sahat.
Oh,
Wait, in the back of
okra.
my mind, I was like, if Sahat don't say anything, we gonna have some beef. Okay. But anyways, yeah, Saha already knows the deal, man. I'm Mama Okra from the Okra Village over here all day, every day. Keeping it moist for real. But that's a good point because the whole mallow family, which hibiscus is in the same family as okra, and all hibiscus are actually edible, and you can make teas from them. It's just one of the biggest ones are the ones we're talking about, the Sabdarifa, the one that they make the Jamaican sorrel or the Jamaica and the Bisap in Senegal. But yeah, like Lanita said, the leaves are, especially the young leaves, they're very moistening. And it depends on how you make it. If you really want to draw out that mucilage out of the hibiscus leaves or out of anything, even cinnamon, make a cold infusion versus using hot water, boiling it. A nice cold infusion, is just room temperature water. It's not necessarily cold water, but just room temperature water and letting it soak 6 to 12 hours overnight or just whenever, letting it soak, and it really draws out that mucilage. So you'll wake up and you can see the thickness in there. Add some hibiscus leaves. And yeah, it's nice. Keeps things moving. It coats those mucous membranes. And a lot of times with different people are needing to be cooled off for different reasons. Like the first thing I ask myself, like, why are you hot, dried out, or why do you feel a certain way? Some people need to be cooled off, but they have loose bowels. Another person can need to be cooled off, but they're stagnant. So that's going to be like a whole different protocol of different types of herbs I would suggest working with. But especially if you're stagnant and you just want to keep, or even if you're balanced and you want to keep things flowing, you can't go wrong with the okra, hibiscus, and those moistening herbs. Those are amazing.
In Senegal, they make a sauce that goes on top of rice or couscous with the hibiscus leaves. And I've used the hibiscus leaves to make callaloo. And so all of that is, moistening in your food. Like you say, during the summertime, we think heat, hot, dry inside.
Mm-hmm.
And so but mixing those mucilaginous greens in your food is really helpful during this time of year.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Also, just minerals. Because you ever sometimes just drink water and that water ain't hitting. It's not the best quality water.
Yeah.
Um, we talk about adding things like cucumbers, and I think Clarissa's always telling me about her cucumber water, right, Clarissa?
Yes, and I'll add the mint. It's better if you boil the mint
Mhm.
and then let it cool off and add the cucumbers in the ice.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that sounds really good.
Another one is that is really restorative, and especially if you've been out, like on the beach or out in the park all day, is basil water. And I make the basil water like a sun tea. I sit the basil in the water and sit it outside in the heat all day. And then you drink that basil water and you feel like somebody just gave you a shot of life. It is so awesome, especially when you're dehydrated and physically drained out.
Yeah, that sounds good. Speaking of which, if you are out and about, like in the sun, and you feel like your son needs some nourishment, moistening, don't forget you can use things like honey, and you can either I've seen people blend cucumber with yogurt. for the skin as an external remedy, like as a compress to kind of help with dried out, sun scorched skin as well. And speaking of basil, Lanita, Tulsi is one of my favorite basils. And oh
Mm-hmm.
my goodness, it also helps cool off the nerves too, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
cooling all around, thinking about those herbs that cool off the temperament, skullcap, lemon balm, sedate my hyperactive nervous system and help you get some relaxation so you can stay cool inside and
And
out.
you mentioned another good combo. You say it's good for the skin. It's also good for the colon. Um, Yogurt, cucumbers, and dill. And it is awesome. Y'all know me, I'm on that poop tip, but it will it helps to loosen up that caked up stool that can be caught in the colon. And it really is a soothing, relaxing way to get people to go. And so during this season, again, with it's cooling, it's wonderful, and it's effective. So we like them, too, for when you get something that's good and it works too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Speaking of which, on a side note, Angelita said rose is good at cooling body temp, helps with anxiety and improves sexual function as well. Nice. I like rose also you can infuse in things like coconut water. So that's a nice cooling combo as well. Instead of just using plain water, you can do things like coconut water as well. And I just thought about something you spoke about a combination just now with the yogurt, the dill, and cucumber, I believe you just said. What
Yep.
was
Yep.
your CCFT? Coriander, cumin, and fennel. Now I know those are warming spices, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, keeping that digestive flowing, that's an important part of staying cool too. Like you said, keeping things moving, it's all about that synergy and balance, right? So when you said that, it just made me think of that CCFT that you brought when we were traveling and just really kept things going um and whatnot. So yeah. CCF tea, once again, coriander, cumin, and fennel. You can find that right there in your spice rack and in your kitchen, yogurt and some dill. And like
Mm-hmm.
Angelita just said too, cucumber with aloe gel, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Ooh,
Ooh, don't get started on the aloe gel.
I know, right? And Tamara
That aloe
says,
gel is good for
"Mm,
everything. I mean, for your
everything.
hair, for your drinking, for your digestive tract, for sunburn, anything and everything. Aloe is it.
And Tamara's making their own Greek yogurt. So yeah, I'm making your own Greek yogurt. Let's go. Okay. Yes, you can do all kinds of stuff with that. Cucumber, aloe. Now you guys got me thinking about, what else is really, really nice are compresses. So making a really strong tea and like rose tea and putting it once it cools off, putting it in the refrigerator and then soaking a cloth in it and then just putting it on your body. Like especially if you got to be outside, having a big old pot, let it set after it cools off, setting it in the refrigerator overnight and just having access to that, putting it on a compress and putting it on the head under a hat if you're working out in the yard or out and about, putting it on your back or whatnot. So, and it can go through your skin and it just feels good. So don't forget
And
about
nothing feels better than some cold rose water on your face when you come
mhm.
in from outside.
Put it
Just,
in little spray bottles. Yeah, all the above. Spray it, soak in it.
yeah.
Hmm. I'm reading. Not gonna lie, I need some cooling herbs for these heat flashes and night sweats. Yes, I'm telling you, all the above and hot flashes. The cooling herbs can definitely help, especially like having a little routine, like an hour and a half to 2 hours before you go to bed. And the reason why I say that is because you don't want to do it too close to going to bed because then you cooled off, but then you got to wake up in the middle of the night and break your sleep because you have to go pee. But but having that cool liquid next to you and that cloth and having it on your body, oof, yes, that'll help as well. help bring it down too. Nice sage is another one for the hot flashes. Cool. Now I wouldn't do hot sage, but you know, everyone's different. That definitely will make you sweat and probably it'll be interesting with hot flashes, but nice cool sage tea and sipping a little bit of that.
Also, chamomile and monk's pepper, or Agnes, Vitex Agnes.
Yeah.
Chamomile and Vitex Agnes, it really helps because the Vitex Agnes is an adaptogen. So it kind of levels off the hormone levels, and the chamomile allows your, nervous system to shut down so you can actually get some good rest.
And the Vitex has like a spicy flavor taste to it. So
Yep, that's why I call it monk's pepper. It tastes like pepper.
it gets things moving. When I drink it, I feel like, oof, you can just feel it like moving throughout your body. It feels good.
Yep.
Furiously taking notes. Let's go. I love it. I love it. Um, you got me thinking about some other culinary herbs because another one and I love the culinary herbs because it's like, hey, you go to the store, we can look in our fridge, boom, cilantro. Cilantro is very cooling. It has an affinity to the liver. It supports digestion. You can just put cilantro in so many different things, but you also can make a tea from it and cool it off as well, right? You can juice it, you can blend it with different stuff. So don't sleep on cilantro. It's not just tasty on the tacos and stuff, but you can do a lot of different things with the cilantro. And
And one good thing about cilantro too, like you said, eating it raw, because I put it on everything and anything. It's going in an omelet, on the avocado toast, in the falafels. But cilantro, fresh cilantro, is anti-parasitic. So a lot of times we're eating fruit and it may have some little critters on it and you don't know it, and you got these, gut bugs, not good gut bugs. The cilantro helps to get those the parasites out of your digestive system.
and that's coriander. For those who didn't know, cilantro seeds are coriander. And you go into that CCF, that coriander, cumin, and fennel blend. It's not only is it just good for heating up the that digestive fire to help your body absorb better, to get things flowing, but like Lanita just said, it's also good for things that you don't want to be there. In addition to pumpkin seeds are really good as well for parasites too. You got some bitter herbs that are good for parasites, but the one thing you guys know, I love bitters. If you don't know, now you know. um, like everyone just knows. Oh yeah, everyone knows. You didn't know. um, but bitters will dry you out. Bitters are considered cooling herbs energetically, and they will get the bile flowing, they will get things moving, digestive enzymes, but they will definitely dry you out, kind of like diuretic herbs, like dandelion root. It's a light diuretic, but it is full of potassium. So it kind of, that's why I love herbs, because it has these actions, but they're more than just these actions. They balance with all these other minerals and things that they contain. But whenever I do bitter herbs or just bitter foods, I like to combine it with something either spicy or something a little sweet, and just to kind of balance it out. And when I say sweet, I'm thinking about like licorice root. There's different things that you can do to kind of sweeten it up a little bit. And licorice root is a good one as well. It's very mucilaginous and very moistening. So if you need some moisturization, licorice root can be good.
Okay, hands up in the chat. Who don't like licorice? I love licorice. I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
Asia's spirit just said, I saw Asia, even though Asia's not in right now, she just went ahead and said, I don't like it. We know Asia does
Nope,
not like
they
licorice.
does not like licorice. All right. But I mean, y'all seen the people walking around with the chew sticks? That's licorice. That's good stuff.
I'm cracking up right now. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I
Yeah,
just
I
saw
love
this one about
licorice.
watermelon gummies for children. I was thinking about black jelly beans, and I love them licorice jelly beans too.
Yeah. And a lot of those, like, if you don't like licorice, you probably don't like anise or like the star anise. Like, listen, I love all of
Love
that. Mm.
yes.
Well, but looks like they got a whole crew. Asia got a crew today. A lot of people talking about licorice. It ain't my favorite. Okay, Clarissa, we see you. We goodness. Oh, okay, but you like star anise. Oh yeah, with the shy. Yeah, I agree. Licorice is on the next level, but my children love licorice sticks. They'll just go around and chew the bark. Like that's all
Mm.
they want to do all day. So okay,
Oh
cool.
my
Well, shout out to licorice, Lanita. Let's keep it moving. What else? What else do we got going on?
you spoke of another one, and I don't know if this is cooling or warming, but you could make an aphrodisiac tea with cinnamon, star of anise, and I can't think of the third ingredient. There's three ingredients in there, but it's cinnamon and star of anise, and the other one might be mint or cinnamon, probably cinnamon. But anyway, yeah, that would definitely balance that out. Um, yeah, star of anise, it gets you feeling good inside too. It get everything moving inside.
mm, that sound good. Yeah, Angelita says I love licorice, but had to stop because it caused me high blood pressure. If you, yeah, it is contraindicated for people with high blood pressure because of that. What is it called? The
Vasoconstriction.
yes, the glycohyrizin, but they have the glycohyrizin D high. They remove it and they sell it sometimes at health food stores or whatnot. But yeah, it is contraindicated, but it's okay. I'm sorry to hear that. So I'll be sipping on all the licorice root for you. And
What are black vines? I'm late on the chat, but I just
I
saw
am
this. Somebody
too. I'm looking at mint chocolate chip ice cream. I love mint chocolate chip
was
ice cream. Wow,
good.
someone else in the world also loves it too. Thank you. Finally, it is delicious. Oh my gosh, black vine. What the black vine licorices? What's that? You mean like the candy? I think I know what you mean just like I'm thinking the little twist or whatnot. And it's hard to find black licorice nowadays. You see like the red ones and stuff. And a lot of
It's
licorice
hard to find good black licorice. I've seen a lot of it, and it's
still.
not good.
Yeah,
It's
because a
like
lot of it's
artificially
artificially flavored at this point. It's not even real licorice.
flavored.
Like you thinking the licorice that you think a lot of people think they have is not even really licorice. It's sugar and artificial flavoring, and a lot of times it is flavored with other things that have a similar flavor note, but you don't really see it flavored with it. Just like marshmallows are originally were flavored with marshmallow root, but that's not the case anymore either. When I say licorice, I mean straight up from the root, the bark, the licorice itself, the plant, and it is tasty. Another one is the herba santa. That one is the root beer plant, and my goodness, it smells so aromatic. If you like root beer, that was the original flavoring of root beer. Most of the stuff now is artificially flavored, but it
Yeah.
smells so aromatic and it is so good. And licorice is a really good remedy for congestion, or it's a demulcent herb. It's a really good when you have that dry cough. You know that cough when you just be like it's burning and it hurts. So it's
You just hacking and not getting anything up.
yeah, that stuff is good. Mint chocolate chip is one of my favorite. I'm reading the chat. My husband calls it my toothpaste ice cream. However, I cannot stand mint otherwise, not even in my toothpaste. Oh my gosh, and you can't do root beer. That is so funny. It's so funny how we all have these different things that we either like or we don't like, and it just is what it is. But I can see people calling it toothpaste ice cream. But man, I can't stand mint ice cream, but the chocolate chips just do something to it. Yeah. Oh, y'all making me
Isn't
want.
it sarsaparilla also? Doesn't it have a root beer type flavor?
Mm-hmm, it does.
I know the mom. I mean, they like that for doulas, like using that during birth work. So
Mm-hmm. Especially for mineral support. This is good. Let's see. The next slide that we had was recipes. And Lanita, you're talking about we're not going to do recipes, but that's all we've been sharing this evening are recipes and some really good herbs. So, yeah. Hmm. I hope y'all get in there and make some of these recipes and come up with your own. And stay in your lane when it comes to the root beer and the licorice. It's all good. But I'll be eating my mint chocolate chip ice cream and chewing my licorice sticks all summer. Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if any of y'all did this, but when we were kids, you go into the corner store and they got the big old nasty pickle jar with the spoon sitting on the counter or the
Ugh.
fork, and you buy a big old dill pickle and you put a peppermint stick down in there. You could eat on that thing all day long, and that is that is really cooling because you get the from the peppermint and then you get the sour from the pickle and
That's
okay, that's
disgusting.
just
And you know what's disgusting is the guy behind the counter is gonna put his hand in there how many times? And it's more than pickle juice he was drinking. It may have been the sweat from his hand that he was drinking. So it was salty. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm with Angelita on that one. It's right next to the pickled pig feet or the hot sausages, y'all. Y'all know the hot sausages next to the pickle.
yes.
Here, child. You want a hot sausage and a pickle? I'm like, no, I am good. I am good. Thank you. I'll have a can of root beer. Thank you. Bye.
I was a bartender in New Orleans when I was in college, and on our bar, what did we have but hot pickled pig lips? And you pull
Ew.
them out, and they still got hair and stuff on them. Like the pig ain't got no lip on his face. Where these lips come from? But people would buy them because they said they help you. They keep you from getting a hangover. So they were really spicy, and they love them.
Oh my God, y'all are cracking me up. Herbalist Lounge. What y'all talk about at the Herbalist Lounge? Pig lips and bodega pig feet. Like, yeah, I'm with you, Sanjay. On to the next, but this is the reality. Is there might be some science to it, but I'm straight. We're gonna go ahead and make our own. But I'm not a big pickle fan. I'm not. But recently I did make we made our own pickles. We made our own pickles and we grew our cucumbers and dill, and they were delicious, and they weren't fermented, they were the refrigerated pickles. So they were crispy, they tasted more like the cucumbers with a little bit of the vinegary flavor and the different spices we put in it, but not them old nasty pickles that taste leathery and ugh, I'm good.
Got the community germs on them.
Yeah, I'm straight.
Those are the best.
Yeah, homemade
Uh,
pickles all day. And they're good. Apparently they're really good. They do keep you cool and they're full of good stuff. So don't listen to me about the pickles. Just make them yourself. Get them homemade pickles.
and I learned this during last fall how to make pickled mustard greens. It's called du chua. It's a Vietnamese dish. It's kind of like Vietnamese kimchi, but it's not fermented. You make the brine and you put it in the refrigerator. And I'm telling y'all, that is so good. You can put it on everything. But I'm a pickle person. I like that tart pickle flavor. So but you can put it in hot food, cold food. You can add it on sandwiches. Um, but pickling is the way that, our ancestors used to preserve things, and that it keeps it for, you can keep it for a very long time. So don't sleep on pickling stuff.
And the one thing I love about this whole journey that we've been on, Lanita, is why were we looking at pickling mustards and doing all this different stuff? Because we had an abundance of it in our garden. We were growing
Yes.
stuff from the fall, and the one thing that just was going crazy for me, I had an abundance of mustards. I had so many mustards, like the mustards still haven't stopped. And these are mustards I put down in the fall. They made it through the freeze. They're making it through this heat, and you're just kind of like, okay, what am I gonna do with all these mustards? And you start getting creative and learning ways to preserve. And a lot of times these different preservation methods also enhance the foods. They bring different types of pre and probiotics and bacteria and just all kinds of good stuff added to it. So it's food science, and it's cool, it's fun. And if you have young people like children or nieces, nephews, or just people, they love trying out different things. It's like a science project, you know? And it can be a lot of fun to kind of get accustomed to different taste profiles as well.
Oh, Martina, you just mentioned something when I thought about it when you talked about working with your nieces. I went up to babysit my great niece in Virginia, and where they live used to be nothing but a pine forest. So we were out there and we found some Eastern white pine, and we made pine needle soda. Oh my goodness, she thought that was the best thing since sliced bread. Really picky, the kid wouldn't drink it, but she loved making it. Um, and it is so like you just wash the pine needles and put them in a mason jar, put some water in there and some sugar, and you just let it. We left it sitting in the window for 3 days, and you open it and it is just as fizzy. It to me, if you put some elderflowers in there, it would be champagne. It's just that kind of flavor, but it has a really nice, subtle flavor. It was very cooling, and I like the fact that it had a little fizz to it.
Yeah, and I love the videos because it was so cute to see your niece. She was so adorable and she was really enjoying it. And then just the process of having to wait the 3 days
Mhm,
to check on it. That sounds fun. And speaking of elderflowers, they are super high in like wild yeast. So
mhm.
you can ferment the sugars in there. That will absolutely make it into like a champagne and start fermenting. So yeah, Clarissa, pop, pop, pop. There you go. Champagne, pine elder champagne poppin', baby. That sounds amazing. Put a little bit of lemon slices in there too when you're finished. And it's refreshing. So, yeah.
Oh, cooling drinks. I've learned to make what they call nice cream. It's ice cream but non-dairy. You make it with bananas. So you just take the bananas, you wait till they get really, really ripe because they're really sweet. You chop them up in little pieces and put it in the freezer, let it get hard. And then you throw that in your blender. And I put a little bit of vanilla flavoring in mine so it's not so banana tasting. It tastes more like ice cream when you put it in there. But I recently started trying putting some of my fresh cut fruits in there, putting strawberries in there. Oh, that strawberry and ice cream is so good. I did cherries the other night. I squeeze a little lemon in there to get a little tart that, and that was really good. And also using cacao in there. And you also can keep blending it. It'll get soft enough and you can drink it like a milkshake. So just some other nice cooling things you can do with your fruits in the summertime.
Mm. Lanita's coming out with a recipe book, so stay tuned. That's all I'm gonna say. So, yeah, that's gonna be delicious. Yummy. Mm-mm-mm. I'm looking at this picture here with the hibiscus and the rose petals and just all the calendula. Calendula is something that we didn't bring up tonight, but calendula is also a nice cooling herb and, you know, can be very supportive during the summertime as well. Infusion and compression compresses are nice as well.
Mhm.
Linden flowers nice. Another nervine that's nice and cooling.
And the calendula is good if you have pets that in Senegal, our dogs kept getting bitten by flies, and then the flies would get on the sores and eat it even more every time it scab over. And a little bit of calendula oil on there kept the flies from getting in there until they could heal. So, when you have these flowers, save them and use it, just infuse it into some oil. And it's really good for a lot of things. And it kept the flies off of their ears so that they could heal.
Nice. Nice. So
Is
how you
that lavender in the box too?
it it's kind of it looks like something else.
Oh, okay. That
Like,
made me think about my infused simple syrup, lavender infused simple syrup. Y'all gotta use that.
yeah, there's that. Did you make a video of that or no on you on the YouTube channel?
I don't think I did on our YouTube channel. That was the mocktails.
There was some type of infused simple syrup. Maybe Asia made a video. That one was nice.
Hmm.
Mm. Yeah, I'm looking at the roses and peppermint. I'm definitely gonna be keeping it cool. I just finished this cup and I think the lemon balm is starting to get me and I've been thinking about skull cap. Now I'm starting to think, did I put skull cap in there? Because I'm feeling nice cooled off and relaxed.
Mellowed out a little bit.
Mellowed out a lot. That's why I was like, anybody else out there? What other kind of cooling things? Y'all feeling good? Because I know Lanita can go on till next year, next summer with the recipes. Like real talk. How y'all feeling over there? Y'all sound is it sounding good? Let's see. Angelita said I used to freeze fresh catnip in a cube tray for my cats to lick outside and stay cool. What? You next level. You belong with Asia and Lanita. Because they were talking about all the stuff they do for their dogs, and I love it. But that is sweet.
You talking about for your cats? You need to be feed that to your kids too, because they get a little hyper. You let them lick on. Here's some catnip popsicles for you, baby. Come on in, take a nap.
Yeah, catnip is really good too. So that'll be great for for us too. A lot of
Hmm.
people when I mention catnip, they're like, "Oh, I didn't know we can drink it too." I'm like, "Absolutely." Catnip, you can smoke it, drink it,
Hmm.
ice it. I love that idea though. Yeah. Kitty cats getting high off of ice cubes and staying cool. Might go try that. Happy birthday, kitties. Yeah. But all different ways in which we can stay cool. I love it. That's creative.
I saw a post today of dolphins getting high off of puffer fish. That the dolphins take the puffer fish, squeeze it, some of the gas kind of gets them.
Mm.
It said that it eases their neurological system, and then they pass it to the other dolphin. And the other dolphin squeezes the puffer fish. They puff, puff, pass, they call it.
And it just happened to be the puffer fish out of all the different fish. It's the puffer fish. You
Because
see what I'm
it
saying?
releases that gas.
That's that sticky icky. You're gonna be like, where did Martina go? She over there in the water with them puffer fish. Let me find out. And that's very common in nature, it's just we do these things when we're in tune with nature and remember that we are nature. Hello. A lot of different beings out there do certain things and to help with stress and their nervous system, etc. And dolphins, there you go, very intelligent beings.
Hmm.
I don't know how the puffer fish feel about it, but that
Well,
that
at least they don't eat them. They just puff them and pass them.
might I'm done. Uh,
Puffer fish for entertainment purposes only.
you see some puffer fish like we gotta go. Look at them dolphins, they coming, we gotta go. You know them. Shoot, they'll be playing soccer. It's World Cup season too. Shoot, kicking around the puffer fish. I love it. I want to learn more about the biology and the chemistry, the biochemistry of a puffer fish. Now that's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, I wonder what's going on, and is it similar to a chemical in some of these other types of things? I'm pretty sure. Cannabinoids
Probably.
and what's going on here.
That's
Cool. Hmm. All right, y'all. If anyone else has any other recipes or add anything they want to add in regards to keeping cool, please do so. Please let us know. Please share. We would love to hear. And how's it? I see a lot of laughs in the chat. I mean, we've been cracking up. We've been talking about a lot of different stuff from catnip ice cubes to puff puff pass with the dolphins. Um, pig lips and everything else. How's everyone feeling? Are we feeling good? Are we feeling like we got a lot of stuff that we learned that we can keep it cool as we sustain these next few, I don't know, however long this hot spell will last, but something to give
Yeah.
thanks for as well. Got to stay cool though.
Um, one thing I think about during the summertime too is, I'm a camper. I love camping. Always working outdoors with a saw or a chainsaw or something to cut. And we talked about cayenne pepper. Um, don't sleep on that cayenne pepper, because when you get a deep cut or cut this, you know how kids will fall, and if they fall on their head, that eyebrow is just gushing blood. You get a lot of blood. You pack it with cayenne pepper. It is hot initially, but it's no hotter than when they would pour alcohol on there. And that cayenne pepper shuts those nerves down. It really stops with the pain. It stops the bleeding. It is very, I forgot what you call that stuff. Oh, styptic. It's like a styptic pin. You put it on there and it stops that blood from flowing. So for all of y'all that are going to be out and about and doing outdoor activities, just keep a little bit of cayenne pepper in your car, in a little pouch or something, because it is really fantastic if you get a really bloody cut in the summertime. So
Mm. Just keep some pepper with you regardless. I have pepper everywhere in my pockets, in my purse.
yep.
Something spicy hot. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Medicinal as well. Angelita says, be mindful of the ongoing cyclosporiasis outbreak when using
Yep.
produce. Wash well. Oof, yeah. Clean, clean,
I saw
clean.
that they said raspberries and something else, but a lot of people are getting it from the raspberries.
Mm. All the stuff that we want to eat,
Mm-hmm.
the cooling during these times. And that just goes right back to, like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. We mentioned a lot of amazing things, right? A lot of amazing fruits, herbs. At the end of the day, which ones do you use? I say use the ones that you can source locally. And just because it's
Right.
sourced locally doesn't mean it's not going to be contaminated, because it could be, but it's less likely, especially when you see raspberries coming from California and I'm all the way here in Florida, or vice
Mm.
versa. You know what I mean? But you see that. So always supporting locally produced foods and herbs and whatnot. And I think we already mentioned this, Lenita, but we are working on, we'll be having more info soon on our upcoming foraging course that we will be offering. And it's going to be amazing because we're going to be talking about stuff that has to do with what we just mentioned, sourcing locally, do's and don'ts, and just being careful and being mindful and whatnot. So, and we're going to be covering different regions because we are the three spice. We got the New York area, we got the Northeast, we got the West Side, we got the South, and we even got some of the Pacific Islands and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna be definitely holding it down and combining the three of our knowledge base and experiences to bring this to you all. And we think that you're really gonna love and appreciate this info. And our goal is for it to be practical and something that we can apply in our everyday for our health and wellness, because that's true. It's like
Mhm.
going to the store, going to get my grapes, put them in the freezer, and then get sick and this and that, and it's all this food. When you start working in food handling or in agriculture, you really start seeing the dark side, and it doesn't have to be that way. There's a beautiful side too, but we just got to support when it's done the right way. So yeah, all that.
Um,
Hey, look who. Okay, sorry, but look who just dropped in. What's up, Asia? Is that you? Is it really you?
Oh, I had to unmute. What's
We over
up?
here
Hey,
talking about
y'all.
diarrhea and bacteria, and then Asia pops in. Yeah,
Of course.
hey, how
Of
you
course.
doing?
We always have to talk about poop in some form or fashion. But yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah, yeah, you definitely need some cooling herbs for all that heat.
don't worry, Lanita held it down on the poop convo, like for real today. We really did talk about that.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. Oh man.
All right.
Somebody mentioned in the chat red raspberry leaf tea
Mhm.
ice. Was it the red raspberry leaf, or is the ice the red raspberry in the ice?
I would imagine you would make the tea. Go ahead.
I had heard about it and I wanted to ask y'all about that.
Hmm.
Where can you freeze a red raspberry leaf tea into ice cubes and
Yes.
like suck on it? I was reading about that you can do that like at a birth. You can suck on the ice cubes.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you certainly can. Yeah, that's optimal right there because you're getting your herbs in and it's helping you stay cool and hydrated.
I did that in my one of my births. So absolutely. One of my
Sounds
midwives
like
was
a
like,
great
have it on
idea.
deck, have it on deck. And things like certain types of honeys for energy when you get tired. Um, yeah, but the herbal ice cubes are really, really good. Because when in a birth, you have your herbal infusions on deck. And for me specifically, I preferred having like tinctures because I didn't want to drink a lot. It just put more pressure. And I already felt like there was a lot of pressure, obviously, in a birth. And having that urge to have to urinate, it was just like, okay, I don't want to drink any more teas unless I have to. So sipping on the ice cubes was very beneficial. And you said it, raspberry leaf is amazing. Help you stay hydrated and support you.
Nice.
In addition to twerking while you're giving birth, if you're able to do so. So yeah, all the above. Those positions matter.
Been pregnant for way too long.
Hmm. I learned my first one. I'm like on my back. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? The second one, I was like, hey, let's get this going. Next pop. All right, let's go. I was like, okay, that's the secret. I need to let go, let it go. Oh my gosh, it was so interesting. Shake what your mama gave you. Help. Oh my goodness. Nice, nice, nice. Well, Asia, since you're tuning in, can you share with us some of your favorite cooling herbs or things that you're doing to stay cool during this hot time?
Number one, staying hydrated. Number two, making herbs fun. So, I mean, I know I make my classic tea that I always make that's similar to sorrel, but it's Asia's remix version, and with all respects to sorrel. But instead of making it like a warm tea, you could always add like a citrus, like a, I don't know, orange juice, apple juice, and make it a cool tea so you still getting what you're getting. Of course, always, we got the mint. Let's see what else. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Pretty much all of your mentholy type of herbs, those are definitely things that you'll want. Somebody already talked about the ice cubes. Lanita, I don't know if you brought up the popsicles because you're the popsicle master. So I want to get into that this
Yeah.
this summer with my little one because that'll be a good way to sneak in some herbs for her. But yeah,
Mhm.
Oh, we talked all kinds of stuff. You're gonna have to listen to
nice,
the replay. We had the
nice.
watermelon gummies, and some
Oh,
other things on here, okay?
oh.
Oh my good. The what was it? The leathers, the fruit leathers.
Fruit
Mm.
leather. Yeah.
Did
Mm,
we talk about aloe?
mm.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Okay. See?
Aloe is good for everything. Hey, Asia, what do you do to keep your dogs cool?
Uh, make sure they stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's the main thing. Just make sure they stay hydrated. So it's the use of water, shade, pouring water on stuff. Like if they outside, you can, well, they don't like to be, they run away from the water if it's sprayed.
Mm.
But like they have their blankets and their sheets. So like if you're wetting like a sheet or something and you're laying it down, then they'll lay on it. Stuff like that.
Mm-mm.
But my dogs always like to go to the beaches and the lakes and
I was
bodies of
about to
water.
say, you got a little pool for them.
Hmm. Yep, that's what they do.
Cool. But dogs don't like ice though, do they?
Mine do.
Oh, okay. I know some
Hmm.
of them they won't drink the water if it's really cold, but yeah.
Yeah. What I do, because my dogs are all spoiled, but like if they Because sometimes I'll just give them their food cold if it's hot outside, right? But if I just cooked it and it's hot food, then I'll put the ice cubes in it. So like I'll add water to their food because they don't always just drink water, not unless they're really thirsty. So in order to keep them hydrated, I add more water than normal and in the form of ice cubes too to the food.
Sounds good.
Hmm.
Nice,
Well,
nice.
Martina, we done covered it all. Two-legged, four-legged, swimming,
Well, now we're
flying.
gonna talk about how to keep your wasp cool. No, I'm just playing. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We are not doing that. But
They
anyways,
out here, they out here sucking on my mint.
they know how to keep themselves cool. But anyways, um,
Yeah.
no, this was definitely a good build. I really enjoyed it, and it was definitely right on time. We covered a lot of stuff, so may we continue to stay cool. And yeah, shoot, let's do it. It's important. And at the end of the day, stay hydrated, like Asia just said. All right, y'all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the next couple of slides here where we can share some different things in the community and some different offerings. If you have anything that you would like to share, please feel free to do so. And place it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself as well. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place this link for this GoFundMe here in the chat, and I'm gonna let Asia briefly just go over this GoFundMe, and I'll put the link inside the chat right now. Is that okay, Asia?
For sure. Yes, 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 yes. So Christy, for those of y'all who have been in the Herbalist Lounge throughout the years, Christy would always join the Herbalist Lounge from Hawaii. Her family has since then located to what some people call the mainland or somewhere in the continental United States. I'm not very clear on where that is right now. But so Christy, she does have a few children. One of her babies just passed away, unfortunately. She had a rare disease, and so this is her baby that just passed away. And so now they're raising money for the funeral. So Christy is one of our own. She just gave birth to another baby. So, she's in transition of nursing a new child. Their family is working on finding a permanent residency all at the same time. And one of her children just passed away. So we can imagine, or some of us may know the pain of a child passing away. So, Martina already dropped the link in the chat. So, if you find it in your hearts to visit or, send prayers, anything, I'm sure that Christy and her family would surely appreciate it. So, we just want to keep her lifted up and held and just create space for Christy and her family.
All right. Thank you, Asia.
Hmm.
All righty. All right. Anybody have any upcoming events or any other things that they would like to share? Please feel free to do so. And like I said, you can unmute yourself and tell us about it, and or put it in the chat.
Y'all, the Blackland Ranch is still for sale. Couple of y'all want to get together, buy 40 acres. It'd be awesome. Out in Northeast Texas. So anybody, or somebody out this way, just tell them, look me up, the Blackland Ranch, and it's a lovely place.
It is a lovely place. It's enchanted. There's so many blessings on that land. So yeah, hit Lanita up if you are interested.
Mm-hmm. And
Oh, oh, go
while you
ahead.
get Lanita up, check out our YouTube channel. You can see some of the cool things that she does on Blackland Ranch. Not only are all of our Herbalist Lounge recordings posted on here, so you can catch it. And if you didn't get all of your intense note taking, like some of you guys were doing tonight, you can go ahead and play the replay and listen to it and share it with a friend who may also appreciate it. But Lanita also has some really cool videos on here on Blackland Ranch, making black-eyed Susan tincture, for example. Really, really cool stuff. You see some more additional magic out there on the land. And the YouTube channel is at Herbalist Lounge. All right, this is the Herbalist Lounge kitchen medicine making workshop. It was a 2-day live virtual workshop that we held a few years back, and it is the recordings are available for purchase online. You can go to the website to purchase it if you are interested. It was amazing. Thinking about all of the different recipes we shared. When I tell you we went over a lot of different recipes from the three of us, it's definitely worth it, from popsicles to medicinal mushroom broths and syrups and everything else in between. So Asia just dropped the link where you can purchase herbalistlounge.thinkific.com. And once again, if you know anyone who's interested in learning how to or wanting to add on to making medicine with items from their kitchen, please feel free to share. And if you're not already subscribed to the Herbalist Lounge, go ahead and subscribe. Once again, Asia did put the link in the chat. So, the Herbalist Lounge is every second Monday of the month. We've been doing this for over 10 years, y'all. And we strive to continue to do so until we're supposed to be doing other stuff in addition to that, right? Right, y'all? So subscribe. We'll give
Yep.
y'all reminders and say, hey, don't forget the lounges tomorrow or the lounges tonight, because you know how it goes. A lot of you guys do reach out all the time and say, hey, can you remind me? Oh, I missed it. I forgot it was the second Monday. I wasn't on Facebook or I wasn't on Instagram. So definitely subscribe, and then we'll let you know of our upcoming events and definitely remind you of the lounge. Okay.
And then if you have been a subscriber and you're not seeing the messages the day before, the day of for the Herbalist Lounge, check your spam and make sure you mark it that it is not spam. It comes from the Herbal, or not the Herbalist Lounge, but Herbalist Lounge. So please make sure you do that so you can get your reminders and the clickable link right in there.
All right, y'all. Well, it was a beautiful build this evening. I know I really appreciated it, and just the vibe itself made me feel real cool and at ease. Make sure to join us every second Monday of the month. It's always 8 p.m. Eastern and all the other time zones. I'm gonna let you figure that one out yourself. But I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic over, and I'm gonna say peace and good night to y'all. And I'm gonna pass it over to the other Spice Sisters. Thank you so much, y'all. It was beautiful.
Go ahead, Lenita.
Oh, well, y'all know, that sangria was really good. It was a mocktail, but I'm feeling really mellow now. So I appreciate y'all building with us and sharing, because it was great. And thanks. Keep on coming back because we love it.
Yeah. So thank you all. Once I get home, I'm gonna partake in that cucumber and mint drink, and it's gonna be so good. I think about y'all. But every second Monday of the month, thanks for joining, and we'll herb nerd out next month. Thank you. Peace, power, and green blessings.
Blessings.
Peace.